What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Spencer, doing a complete guide for ABC Cyber Drgaon today. I've been showing a few gameplay videos, and I will have some more after this. So the way it's going to go, I'm going to show you 5 combos, so like 5 essential combos that you simply just have to know in this deck. Then I'm going to show you some really cool gameplay videos, and then I'll show like the most updated deck profile that I have so far, the one that I play in real life. Well, actually, I use Dragoon in real life, but in the gameplay videos, you'll probably see me playing Phoenix Enforcer, just trying to see if it's going to survive this ban list before I buy it. That's all. But this is like the best 2-card open I think you can have in like the deck itself. And luckily play 3 of each, so you kind of have a chance to open this. It's not too rare. I'm going to show a bunch of 2-card combos, just different ones, and show you how I attack them and like the most optimal way to play them, at least to me, as I've been playing the deck. But all right, here we go. Okay, so we go ahead and activate Union Hanger. If you don't know, this lets you add a Light Machine Union monster from your deck to your hand. It has a lot of effects on there. But of course, you're going to be grabbing B Buster Drake because you have all the discard fodder that you need. Just these 2 cards is the full combo, which is kind of neat. So when a Union is normal summoned, you get to equip a different name to it. So we'll go ahead and from the deck, we're going to equip a Union Driver so that you banish itself, basically to equip a different level 4, because normally these can't be special summoned the turn they're equipped to a monster, but Union Driver, circumvents that, meaning that you are able to. So you're going to banish it face up and, get the other piece, another B, because this is not a once per turn at all. If it's sent from the field to the graveyard, you get to add a Union monster to your hand, so both of these. Like I said, we can circumvent that special summon problem, so we have 2 monsters on the board now. We can convert those 2 into Predaplant Verde and Anaconda, triggering 2 Buster twice. That's why I played 2 copies of Buster here for this combo exactly. So we're going to add each of the other pieces, C and a B. So now we can use, Galaxy Soldier's effect to discard it, to special summon itself. Galaxy, gives it another copy of itself, to the hand. Then we can discard the other piece. So all the pieces are now in the graveyard. Those can get turned into an infinity, which is kind of neat. Then we can banish all 3 of those pieces, trying to play around Mech Knights. This is why I'm placing them in these zones specifically. And then we can finally, activate the last card here. And that's going to go ahead and be Red Eyes Fusion. But this could also be Fusion Destiny. It doesn't really matter. I put this in attack position because I'm playing around Lightning Storm in this case. I know this is kind of a small body at 1600 attack, but you do have a way to protect it here with the ABC Dragon Buster, and I think that's why Phoenix Enforcers did a little bit better, because you can also throw that in defense position, and it's another way just to protect your Infinity, so they can't normal something that has, more than 1600 attack, and then just immediately get over it to get rid of one of your pieces. As I've been watching competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Recently, I haven't seen a lot of people playing Lightning Storm, like literally not at all, but it's best to try your best to play around those. And keep in mind, you have 3 other cards in your hand. 2 of them are going to be used for discard fodder, or 1 if it's Phoenix Enforcer. Another reason why I think Phoenix Enforcer is a little bit better. But that was combo number 1. That's like the best 2 cards that you can have in the deck in your hand. Combo number 2, a little bit strange, but it's kind of the same thing, right? Just a piece plus unauthorized reactivation and Galaxy Soldier again. And you'll see plenty of other stuff that has to do with Cyber Drgaon, only hands, and then you're going to see, like, this has nothing to do technically with Cyber Dragons here. Just has to do with ABC. So you're going to go ahead and normal summon the A Assault Core, activate unauthorized reactivation. Luckily, this card, if you open up Union Driver, you can also equip from the hand, but, in this case, these are the essential cards. Then you can go ahead and banish that, go for a B, so it's going to give you the other piece here. And this interaction is important. This is really the main reason why I showed that. You can go into Predaplant Verde and Anaconda. B is going to trigger, meaning you're going to be able to search. And then your A Assault Core, make sure you add it back to your hand. Now, 90% of the time, you're also going to have like another piece to discard. Like, is one search with B enough and you'll be able to discard something else from your hand? Yeah, maybe. But, using your card advantage to the best of your abilities is most important. Honestly, I probably would have ordered that a little different. I probably would have gone Chainlink 1 B Buster, because you really need to get that search off to go into ABC. And if they do have something like the Ghost, whatever, the one that negates, graveyard effects or Skullmeister or something like that, it's not as bad. Because like I said, most of the time you're still going to have something to discard from your hand. But just a little note there. Alright, so you're going to add the B back to your hand, which you just sent to the graveyard. You're going to search the last piece, and what do you know? You have the 2 pieces here to discard. For the Galaxy Soldier play, you can discard the last piece from your hand, being the B Buster Drake. Going into an infinity, put that in defense position. Go into ABC Dragon Buster. Use the effect of Predaplant Verde and Anaconda to send either Red Eyes Fusion or the Fusion Destiny. Same end board, just an extra card combo, but everything's played at 3, so you know it's good to be able to make use of the pieces in your hand, because inherently they don't really do all that much by themselves, but in that case you maximize what you had. Okay, so we'll just keep going on here. This is a 2-card combo. Again, nothing to do with Cyber Dragons. This is just ABC pieces. So you can go ahead and activate Union Hanger, getting yourself a copy of B. There's 2. This is pretty much an extra copy. You're going to normal summon there and equip to the C a Union Driver. No surprises there. That's going to go ahead and get banished. And you can equip from your hand, or from your deck, excuse me, an A Assault Core. A Assault Core can go ahead and, you know, special summon itself. And the reason that you normal summon the C is because obviously you want the effect to be able to special summon that from your hand. This isn't the greatest opening in the world, but at least you can activate the effect of C to special summon, so you can go into ABC, or the ABC Dragon Buster, and then you can use, you know, Predaplant Anaconda to set Red Eyes Fusion and attack position, because it can't be destroyed by card effects. You don't have to play around Lightning Storm with this card. So that's a decent opening hand there too. 2 more combos to show you. Now, since we showed a bunch of ABC stuff, what happens if you don't have anything at all, right? No ABC pieces, no access to it, and you just have Cyber Dragon stuff. Well, you can also do some really cool stuff here. You can normal summon the Cyber Dragon core, and then you can go ahead and link that off into an Almirage. This card is like the most important card in the deck, pretty much, to be able to get this off the board consistently. Then you can activate Cyber Repair Plant. Since the Cyber Dragon is in the graveyard, you get to add any light machine monster from your deck to your hand, which is obviously a very large pool of cards, but almost every single time your target is going to be Galaxy Soldier. There is also the Kaiju, so in some cases you're going to be able to do that too, but assuming you're going first here, you're always going to search out that Galaxy Soldier to be able to go into Infinity. And then you can go ahead and, you know, chuck the Hurts. The Hurts, once it's in the graveyard, let's add Cyber Dragon from your deck to your hand, so getting one of those bricks out, which is kind of nice. Also, it's good for chain blocking, right? If they ash your Hurts, it's probably not the end of the world. And we're going to grab the other Galaxy Soldier. Again, this is just 2 cards, so you have 3 other blanks in your hand, whatever that, you know, ends up being. Then those can be turned into an Infinity. Infinity can, or I should say Nova. Nova can detach to special summon back a Cyber Dragon, which there are plenty of targets in the graveyard now. We'll just bring back a regular Cyber Dragon. You can convert that into an Infinity. And then we can go ahead, make those 2 into Predaplant Anaconda, because of that free special summon back, which is pretty important. Go ahead and pay the 2,000 life points, dump the Red Eyes Fusion, or the Red Eyes, or the Fusion Destiny. And there, that's just a 2-card combo. Now, you could use the effect of Infinity to grab this Predaplant Anaconda, but you do have you have a lot of Cyber Dragons in your graveyard now, obviously, so I like to keep it on the field just in case. I can keep it, and then I can send Overload Fusion the next turn to end the game, if it goes that way. It's up to you, though, I guess, but I always leave it on there. And last but not least, this is a bit of a weird hand, a combination of both. Now, you do have full combo with Union Hanger, of course, so you're going to be able to very easily, you know, go into both Dragoon and ABC Dragon Buster, but this is actually full combo. It looks a little weird. I'm not saying this is going to come up a lot. It's obviously a 3-card combo, but like I said, these are all 3 of, so at some point of you playing this deck, you will see this hand, and the most optimal turn may not be completely clear when you first see it. So you can go ahead and activate Union Hanger. This is actually just free discard fodder, pretty much. This B Buster Drake will not be used. You're not going to be normal summoning it. You're going to normal summon the Cyber Dragon core. Core is going to go ahead and search. I activate this in the same chain. I mean, it doesn't really matter technically. And also, this can be used to stop hand traps for the most part, but because you definitely want to be able to search out, you know, the Galaxy Soldier. But let's say no interaction. You're going to activate unauthorized reactivation to equip, because it is a light monster, a machine monster, excuse me, the Union Driver. Then you can go ahead and search the Cyber Repair Plant, and you can use the effect of the Union Driver to equip from the deck the B Buster Drake. And then that's a free special summon, of course, and then that's going to trigger Union Hanger, which is kind of nice. So it's like further down in the combo, like you didn't normal summon the pieces, but you can still use the effect of Union Hanger. So that's going to equip a different name from the deck. That's going to go ahead and be an A Assault Core. And this is like really good for advantage. You can turn those 2 into a Predaplant Anaconda, triggering the B and then triggering the A Assault Core. And this time I ordered it probably in the right. Like you want to do B first and then A Assault Core, because that's going to add the last piece to hand and also, you know, bring that back so that you can use the Galaxy Soldier effect to the fullest of its abilities. So you can go ahead and discard the C. And like I said, this ended up just being an extra piece in your hand, something to discard with ABC Dragon Buster. And then you can discard the last piece here, go into a Nova, which goes into an Infinity. banish all of those to go into ABC Dragon Buster, Predator Plant Burn Anaconda effect to send Fusion Destiny this time, to go into the Phoenix Enforcer, which is pretty neat. So those are pretty much all the most essential combos that I can possibly think of when it comes to ABC. And we'll go over some gameplay, and you'll see a lot of obviously very different scenarios because not everything's going to go as perfectly as you want. I don't think there's anything too crazy here, but this is like a water deck. I wonder if he's playing what's it called? Basically the monster that just stops you from playing the game of Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah, this thing. It's kind of like kind of like an OTK, but I do have that kaiju that's searchable, so they may not know that, meaning that you're gonna be able to like take over there. And there we go. I had like the normal kind of Union Hanger line, which is definitely pretty neat. And okay, so that's a free special summon there. He's going to go ahead and for the Beautiful Princess, I do have the Ash Blossom. That's like kind of what you want your other blank cards to be in hand after you combo, right? This is unaffected by card effects, so I kind of just misplayed there. Shout out to me. It's going to go into a Zeus, and he's going to activate the effect of Zeus to board wipe. I will tag that out so I can at least go into the ABC Dragon Buster once again once everything gets up off the field. That's going to get banished. And I have a decent setup coming up here. Phoenix Enforcer comes back. I can go right back into the ABC Dragon Buster, which is pretty cool. So I was kind of playing around the Zeus there, the best of my abilities. Although I could have waited, I guess, a little bit longer. I'm going to go ahead and banish this because I do not want him to be able to go into the Cook. I didn't know if that was his whole strategy. But in the same time, like, this is also offline because he does not control a water monster now. So that can make a huge difference, of course. And then he set this card, but I'm just going to pop it, during the end phase anyways. But that's pretty neat. This is against Altergeist. This is a match, I suppose. It's got a pretty decent opening. Spoof, Imperm, Ash. I do have the Ash Blossom of my own. This card isn't doing anything right now, unfortunately. I was hoping that he wouldn't be able to search out the Multi-Faker. That's kind of why I activated that. We'll see what ends up happening. Because if I can get this off the field at some point, then it's going to activate its effect, meaning I can activate Triple Tactical Talons, which could make a big difference. Unauthorized Reactivation, make sure I can go into all my pieces. I can search the last one for pretty much just discard fodder. I'm going to go ahead and try to banish the back row. He negates the effect of Predator Plant Burn Anaconda. All right. I did not want to attack into the Hextia during the battle phase because it does trigger that effect. I don't want him to be able to add an Altergeist card from his deck to his hand. And it's not really that big of a threat to me for the most part. If you banish this continuous trap is one of those things, like it has to first be flipped up and then activate the effect. So if you just banish it, it can't actually do the searching. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Okay, so he gets over the Predator Plant Burn Anaconda. I'm going to go ahead and flip these three face out. So I'm probably going to a Nightmare Unicorn to get this off the board so that it doesn't trigger its effect. Obviously, it's a very good thing about ABC Dragon Buster. It's a really good card. And then I can also, this is like, it's a really essential combo too, or combo, whatever you want to call it, like interaction. When you send these to the graveyard, you always want to activate a Assault Core because those three turn into Nightmare Unicorn, and then you can add the piece back and then normal summon one more time so they can go back into ABC Dragon Buster, but you also have that final piece you need for Access Code Talker, the final link material. So that's really cool. I mean, you always, like that interaction alone assembles lethal. So you're going to be able to shuffle a card back into the deck, destroy two cards more than likely with the Access Code Talker, and then go into ABC Dragon Buster. That's well over, 8,000 attack. So the Access Code is going to pop to the Nightmare Unicorn, and if there's something just still out there, I can't imagine the board would be that full, but if there is, you still have another banishment there with the ABC Dragon Buster. You're going to be able to clear that board. Okay, so we'll go into the other one there. Once again, they were going first. Another decent looking opening here. Solemn Strike plus the Imperm. I side deck Royal Decree and the like Magic Hate or Spell Hate too. Excuse me. Machine Duplication can come down. That's a couple of Cyber Dragons. That can turn into an Almirage. I'm hopefully protecting this. He destroys the Nova effect. And since Nova was destroyed, obviously I'm going to be able to freely special summon. That can either be a Makaba or a Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon, either or. He's going to activate the Imperm, which is fine. Like, I've just eaten up so much of his interruption off of, like, one card. He's going to go ahead and bounce the Makaba back to hand, and he must be really pretty scared of it, which is pretty decent. But plenty of Cyber Dragons in the graveyard now. I can start, discarding one piece, which is decent enough, I suppose. And those can get turned into a Predaplant Verte Anaconda. I can go into a Fusion Destiny. I'm going to, attack over the Link Karibo. And then I will destroy this Silquidus at that point. I think this negates its effects and it can't attack, but it's okay. It's just a Predaplant Verte Anaconda. And I still have plenty of kind of fodder for this. He's going to get over the Verte Anaconda there. Not too bad. Of course, before he's even able to use the effect of Predaplant Verte Anaconda, I'm going to pop that. I'm assuming he's probably playing Fusion Destiny 2. And then before his turn starts, I'm just going to activate Royal Decree, which pretty much ends this duel completely. Most of the time it's probably going to be used against Eldritch or something, but hey, plenty of decks use really powerful trap cards, and that he can't win. This is an auto win card, and I really like those against this deck. Plays are unevenly matched too, which is also a very good thing. Okay, so this is Dogmatica Witchcrafter. Just these are pretty random duels, but I think it shows a wide range of what the deck can do. Again, kind of a bizarre opening, no doubt. Union Driver at least. I'm going to be able to get some good stuff going here. I think I showed this combo, literally just a little bit ago in this video. This can go into an ABC Dragon Buster. Then I can dump the Fusion Destiny. It's kind of sucks not to have, an Omni Negate, but still a pretty disruptive board. Plus, the follow-up is good, too. He's going to go ahead and activate Ecclesia. I'm going to pop the Ecclesia because I'm assuming he's going to search the Fleur-de-Lis. Which is very important. He's going to special summon it, which doesn't do anything at all, which is pretty neat. He can't go into the extra deck, and I was kind of playing around that. I think he thought I was going to try to negate the effects or something of that Ecclesia, but it's if you're locked out of the extra deck, I feel pretty good about my board versus yours. He's going to try to gain the attack. I will go ahead and banish there. He's going to try to target this, and then I'll tag it out. So I still get all the effects to go through. It's very hard to get rid of that card. And that's going to go ahead and get banished. And then from the deck, just so I don't draw it, I'm going to, equip the Bee Buster. It's not going to be destroyed either, which is kind of cool. And then he has, Dark Renewal, which is hilarious. I haven't seen that card in forever. He's going to try to target it. I will go ahead and just bounce the other back row, where he completely misses that effect. I don't really know why he targeted that at all. And then you're going to see the exact same interaction that you just see every single time. This is, the best thing that you can do as follow-up. I mean, it's just completely destructive. He's going to destroy the Union Hanger. It's alright, who cares? And then I'm just going to go for lethal. This is against Flew Under Ease. Pretty decent card. A good hand, too. Because you can go ahead and banish, I'm pretty sure. Yep, the Rabina. He's going to normal summon there, bringing back that. Normal summon the Rabina. And then I'm just going to Ash that. I mean, Book of Moon is there, but it doesn't do anything. It's still going to be negated. If I had Imperm, it would have been worse. I'm going to freely special summon there. He's going to go ahead and, negate the effects of the Union Hanger. I'm going to go ahead and special summon the first Cyber Dragon and normal summon the other one, and then hard make with Overload Fusion. So it's a very bizarre hand, but still very good. And I'm just going to go ahead and pop these two back rows. Don't really know why he didn't activate Book of Moon, but okay. Then I can dump the first piece. I have follow-up too, so I always send a Hertz probably. That way I can get the other Cyber Dragon into hand. And hope he doesn't really have anything, although I do have the Ash Blossom. So if he activates Rabina again, I'm just going to negate that one more time. And he does have the Chain Block here, but I'll just go ahead and negate the Eaglin. It's pretty much the same thing. So he can't do anything, and then he surrenders. Okay, I guess this is against a pure going second deck. It's a Numeron. This is a really weird duel for sure. So he's got Crackdown, he's got a Kaiju. I don't know why he elected to go first. It's kind of interesting, or maybe I forced him to at this point. I think maybe I did, actually. There's probably a match of this. Alright, so this is well, the fact that I'm going second means, this duel is very much over, right? He does activate the Imperm on, or I should say the Effect Veiler on the Galaxy Soldier, which makes this really crummy. But I can still bring this back. Oh, this card is so good, right? Infinity, and then I can go into a Rampage Dragon, and then this is going to be lethal, so it just wasn't enough at all. Apparently something crazy happened in this duel. I guess we'll have to see. This is against Sword Soul. I don't know if this is a standard Sword Soul list or what. I guess we'll have to see. I mean, it looks pretty normal so far, although I don't think too many people are playing multiple copies of Shinthana. That's the only, I think this is a 1-up in most decks, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, so I'm going to get a bunch of cards to my hand here. Going to be able to freely special summon. I can dump the last piece with the Nashter, go into an IP Masquerena, which turns into a Fusion Destiny. And then, yeah, that's so crazy. He's going to try to activate Effect Failure. I'm going to banish it with my own ABC Dragon Buster. Nuts. That's crazy. So that the effect does go through and I can dump the pieces. I've done this plenty of times, actually, where they try to activate Imperm or something like that. I mean, what are you going to do? Because these are going to tag out. That can turn into an Appaloosa, which is obviously very good, I think, against, you know, Sword Soul. Plus, I do have the pop still. So I thought that was a pretty interesting duel right there. Yeah, I guess this was a match. So I'm going first here. He's got the Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. He's got the There Chameleon one. I don't know what Lone Fire Blossom is used for. I'm not too sure, but okay. And whenever you see Fusion Destiny you're opening, it's always a good thing. So you can usually go into something like IP Masquerena, but other times you can just keep Salamangreat Almirage on the board, which is also a pretty good interaction. Protect yourself from destruction, right? Helps you, you know, do a lot of cool stuff. And then the Phoenix Enforcer can come down, and then I can just, you know, add this. I'm pretty sure I didn't need to do anything to detach it anyway, so it would have been the same amount of materials, but okay. Alright, so that's going to go ahead and get protected. I'm going to go ahead and protect the Phoenix Enforcer. This is going to get destroyed, but I have follow-up too. Like, I can grab the Nashter next turn, so I'm not really too worried about it. Because they have Soul Core can search Cyber Emergency. Okay, so in the battle phase, he's going to go ahead and activate that, but he can't, you know, use this effect until next turn. He's going to, you know, probably go into like an Appaloosa maybe? Or an Infinite Tracks, but it doesn't do anything against this deck. I'm going to be able to freely special summon the Cyber Dragon, just immediately get rid of this Infinite Tracks. It isn't doing anything. It's also a machine monster, which is, I mean, kind of decent, but still, I'm going to have a bunch of bodies on board to go for game. This is Plunder Patrol. Actually, pretty good opening. We'll see where he uses interaction. The Haunted Mansion is definitely going to hurt me, I think, a little bit. I can go ahead and search here. I don't have enough discard fodder, so I really kind of like need him to activate like a hand trap to get me through this, but otherwise I'll just go into a Predaplant Verde Anaconda, dump a couple pieces, set 2 Imperm. So, you know, kind of a decent hand, kind of. He's going to try to target there with the emblem. I'll just go ahead and, so he goes -2, which is obviously very important. The Phoenix Enforcer isn't coming down, but he only has like 3 cards left, and you know, at that point I feel pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and freely special summon the Cyber Dragon. I can go ahead and dump the Overload Fusion. I'm going to try to use the effect there, declare Dark, but I have 2 Imperms, so I should be okay. I'm going to go ahead and pop that back row. He's going to try to use Ash there. It's a pretty good card against this deck, obviously. He's going to try to like use or go into the extra deck. I'll just use the Imperm on that. And last card is just another copy of Redbeard, so I'm just going to negate Redbeard one more time if he tries to use it. But I think it has to be during my turn anyway, so it's kind of like really slow. He's got the Imperm again for the Chimera Tech Rampage. Like, that's just so annoying. But I guess I had double Imperm of my own, so I can't be too mad. And he's got a top deck, a Play Starter. I don't know what that is. And ends up being a Cosmic Cyclone, so no. Definitely not a Play Starter. And just like 4 more duels here. Apparently this is just a really random deck. Invoked Witchcrafter, Shadal, Dark Magician. Dude, why not? Just do it, dude. I don't know what. Oh, he must be playing Red Eyes Fusion. Interesting. Alright. Again, pretty cool stuff here. Especially, like I said, when you have the Fusion Destiny, it's cool because a lot of times you can go into IP Masquerena. This is like full combo, which is kind of crazy. I'm just going to be able to keep going and going here. I'm going to go ahead and protect the Nova here. Boom, sorry, not sorry. And actually the last piece, like, it doesn't really matter if they're trying to destroy something. You can just equip whatever piece that you want, because instead of being destroyed, it just, you know, unequips itself, goes to the graveyard. So I can go into the ABC Dragon Buster and Fusion Destiny with a follow-up of IP Masquerena. Like, that's disgusting, honestly. This is against Sword Soul, and, you know, this looks about what you're going to get from a Sword Soul board. This is a very good opening. Mo Yi, Taiye, Ashina. He's got a Nibiru as well. And, yeah, I'm probably going to end up going into Makaba here when he goes for the Nibiru. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and activate this so it's unaffected by monster effects, which is pretty decent. This is a token, doesn't do anything at all at this point, but okay, so I can go into an Infinity. I can, use this, turn these into an IP Masquerena, go into Fusion Destiny. So I got use out of like a useless token, literally 0 attack. That was a really cool opening, honestly. I'm going to go ahead and negate the effects of Pot of Desires. I do not want him to get 2 fresh cards, hoping that he didn't have a crazy hand, and of course he did. He had absolute gas. He's going to go ahead and get over the IP Masquerena, bring this back. The Shinthana is going to destroy. So, I mean, he busted straight through my board, obviously. Sword Soul's very good. But he may have a hard time destroying this. Although, he's probably going to use Emergence. Emergence is going to go into the Long Yuan. Discarding the Taiye. Going into a Fleur not a Fleur. Or I guess he goes into a Chen Ying. But if this was a Fleur, I guess he could have popped the Infinity. But I do have pretty decent follow-up, right? Because the Fusion Destiny is going to come back. I'm also going to be able to draw 2 cards. We'll see what ends up happening. I just need to get rid of a lot of his interruption. So I'm going to draw 2. Draw into Imperial Order, which is kind of decent. I'm going to negate there. I'm going to pop. So I've literally, in this one interaction here, in this one chain link, I've used every single thing of his interaction this turn. I'm going to go ahead and dump a couple of pieces, which is going to give me ABC Dragon Buster, so I can finally get over this Chen Ying, so these attack points end up being normal again. And then I can set Imperial Order, which is pretty darn good. He's going to go ahead and negate there, but that's okay. I mean, that's not a big deal. And then I'm going to activate Imperial Order, on the Emergence, basically just ending the duel there. Okay, some more Sword Soul stuff. These are like less standard Sword Soul lists. These are like budget Sword Soul, I suppose. All right, Mo Yi is going to go ahead and go into the Chi Xiao. He's going to draw 1 card. Oof, it ends up being a Nadir Servant, which is really, really good. He also has Super Polymerization, but this deck does not, it's just not too many great times to use it. Although I guess when you use Predaplant Viridian Anaconda, I would have already busted through their board. Their back row would probably be gone at that point. He's going to go for a Protos. I don't know what he's going to call, or maybe he isn't able to go into it. I'm going to go ahead and go into the Macabre there, which is kind of neat. Being able to send that off is really, really good. He's going to call Light, destroying like half of his board, but, that's pretty darn good. I'm going to activate Fusion Destiny. It's a Dark, which I kind of got lucky to draw the Fusion Destiny. I can't get over this Protos. He's going to go for Super Poly, which is quite all right. Taiye is going to go ahead and banish there. Going into a Chaotic Ruler. Literally my only chances for him to whiff on this, or else I lose the duel straight up. And luckily he does. Literally no monsters end up going through here. I'm pretty sure every other card is a monster. So I have 1 turn to try to figure this out. The Kaiju's certainly pretty decent. As a big body to get over something. And then I think he just ended up like nothing happened. He didn't do it. But I really wanted to see how this turned out. Machine Duplication can come down, so that's always pretty good. Helping me go into something like an Access Code Talker. And yeah, that would have been pretty nice. Ending Nightmare is pretty funny. Pretty funny card. He's also got the Lava Golem, which is pretty interesting. Mo Yi is going to get himself, the Chi Xiao. Chi Xiao can search something like a Blackout. Or maybe he doesn't play Blackout. I'm not sure, because I feel like that would be your target. I don't know. He does play Blackout. I feel like he probably should have searched that out instead. But okay, he's going to go ahead and pop the Union Hanger. Very specifically good against this deck. But, I mean, good only to a certain extent. I actually already have the target I need to search out. So, even though this is negated, I can still search out 2 more copies of the core. Just having bodies is good for link plays, of course. Light Machine, I can grab the Galaxy Soldier to my hand, go into a Predaplant Viridian Anaconda, dumping, 1 piece there. Going into another Overload Fusion. Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon is actually a rank 5, so it helps me go into an Infinity. I can dump a couple pieces, go into the Infinity, use Infinity's effect to grab the Chi Xiao, go into an ABC Dragon Buster, go into the Fusion Destiny, and that's insanely more than lethal, which is really cool. That was a fun replay there. Like, he does have the Lava Golem, but it's just not going to get to that point. So yeah, that was like a more extended gameplay video, and now we'll go ahead and go into the deck profile. So this is the list that I use, of course. Here we have like the bricks. Well, kind of the bricks. The Kaiju's obviously searchable. The Dasher and the Celestial. I like using these 2 cards in the little package there. 3 Cyber Dragon. You know, the 3 Galaxy Soldier, of course. Here are all your pieces: Union Driver, 1 A Assault Core, 2 B Buster Drake, 1 C Crush. You know, the triple Ash Blossom, because I do run 6 hand traps now. It's kind of my biggest change from my last deck profile, I'm pretty sure, or like one of the older lists I used to have. 3 Cyber Drgaon Core, the 1 Naster, which is searchable. You know, 2 Hertz. I ended up bringing Machine Duplication down to 2 as well, and that's why I only play 2 copies of this. Overload Fusion, a couple triple tactical talents, the Fusion Destiny, 3 Cyber Emergency to go along with 2 Machine Duplication, like I just said. The 1 Terraforming there, I think I actually just deleted it, excuse me. Did not mean to do that. 1 second. The 1 Terraforming, the 1 Cyber Repair Plant, 3 Unauthorized Reactivation. This card is absolutely bonkers. You know, the 3 Union Hanger and the 3 Imperm. Going on into the extra deck here. The Chimera Tech Mega Fleet Dragon, the Invoked Macabre, a couple copies of ABC Dragon Buster, the 1 Phoenix Enforcer, Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon. This is a Rampage Dragon, Infinity, Nova, Access Code Talker, Appaloosa, Nightmare Unicorn, IP Masquerena, 1 Predaplant Burning Anaconda, and then the 1 Almirage. Going on into the side, which I'm pretty happy about, honestly. 3 Nibiru, 3 Drone Lockbird, 3 Cosmic Cyclone, Royal Decree can come down here, and then 2 of the Anti-Spell Fragrance and the 1 Imperial Order. When this card inevitably gets banned, or at least I think it will, you can just play this at 3. That's pretty fine. You know, these are all just, these 6 cards are just used when you know you're going first. Obviously, these cards are all very good, but you can't just play them. You need like those hand traps to maybe have a chance to, you know, when you're going second. So I like it a lot. I actually like orientating my sideboard to be like guarantee more of my wins going first, because you always want to go first in Yu-Gi-Oh! That's kind of how it works. But yeah, that was a complete guide to ABC Cyber Drgaon. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Other than that, that's going to do it for today's video, and I will see you guys next time.